Introducing today's video. Here's the average net worth of Americans in their 70s, a documentary series from the stables of WealthLore. Here's the average net worth of Americans in their 70s. How do you compare? For many people, turning 70 marks the finish line of a lifetime of work. The morning alarm no longer dictates the day. Paychecks may stop. Retirement begins. But one question becomes more important than almost any other. Did I save enough? It's a question that millions of Americans quietly ask themselves every year. Some discover they have more than they ever imagined. Others realize they're entering retirement with far less than they hoped. The difference often comes down to decisions made decades earlier. Today, we're taking a closer look at the average net worth of Americans in their 70s, what those numbers really mean, and the financial lessons every generation can learn before it's too late. At first glance, the numbers appear encouraging. According to the latest data from the Federal Reserve's Survey of Consumer Finances, households headed by someone between the ages of 65 and 74 have an average net worth of well over $1.5 million. That sounds impressive, but averages can be misleading. A handful of extremely wealthy households pull the average much higher than what most people actually experience. That's why financial experts often pay closer attention to the median net worth. The median represents the household right in the middle, where half have more and half have less. For Americans between 65 and 74, the median net worth is dramatically lower than the average, sitting at just over $400,000. That difference tells an important story. Wealth in America is far from evenly distributed. A relatively small percentage of households own an enormous share of the nation's wealth, while millions of retirees rely primarily on Social Security, retirement accounts, and the equity in their homes. So what exactly counts toward net worth? Net worth is surprisingly simple. Take everything you own. Subtract everything you owe. What's left is your net worth. That includes your home, savings accounts, investment portfolios, retirement accounts like 401ks and IRAs, businesses, vehicles, and other valuable assets. Then subtract mortgages, loans, credit card balances, and other debts. The remaining number represents your financial position. But here's where things become interesting. Many people assume becoming a millionaire automatically means living a luxurious lifestyle. In reality, someone who owns an $800,000 home, has $600,000 invested for retirement, and carries very little debt, may already have a net worth approaching $1.5 million. They may never have considered themselves wealthy. That's because net worth isn't the same as income. Income is what comes in each month. Net worth is what remains after years of earning, saving, investing, and paying down debt. This explains why some retirees appear financially comfortable despite no longer receiving a paycheck. Their assets continue working for them. Investment portfolios generate returns. Retirement accounts provide income. Homes continue appreciating in value. Years of disciplined financial decisions begin producing results. But not everyone reaches retirement in the same position. Some enter their 70s carrying mortgage balances. Others still owe student loans taken out for children or grandchildren. Medical expenses can quickly reduce retirement savings. Inflation gradually increases everyday living costs. Long-term care can consume hundreds of thousands of dollars over time. These realities remind us that building wealth isn't simply about accumulating money. It's also about protecting it. One major illness, one unexpected expense. or one poorly planned retirement strategy can dramatically change someone's financial future. So why do some retirees build substantial wealth while others struggle? The answer rarely comes down to one brilliant investment. Instead, it usually comes down to habits repeated over decades. Living below their means, investing consistently, avoiding unnecessary debt, allowing compound growth to work over long periods, protecting assets during market downturns, remaining patient. Compound interest is often called the eighth wonder of the world for a reason. A person who invests consistently over 40 years doesn't just benefit from their own contributions. They benefit from decades of investment growth building upon previous growth. Time becomes their greatest financial ally. Unfortunately, many people underestimate the power of starting early. Waiting just 7 to 10 years to begin investing can reduce retirement wealth dramatically, even if larger contributions are made later. Time is one asset retirement cannot replace. Another important lesson comes from home ownership. For many Americans in their 70s, their home represents their largest asset. Years of mortgage payments gradually transformed monthly housing costs into equity. That equity became a significant contributor to overall net worth. Yet financial experts also remind retirees that a high net worth doesn't always mean high financial flexibility. Someone may own a valuable home but have relatively little cash available for daily expenses. This is why retirement planning involves more than simply growing assets. It requires creating reliable income. So how should you compare yourself? The answer may surprise you. The goal isn't to compete with averages, it's to measure your own progress. If your net worth today is higher than it was 5 years ago, you're moving forward. If you've reduced debt, you're moving forward. If you've started investing regularly, you're moving forward. Financial success isn't about matching someone else's journey. It's about improving your own. Perhaps the biggest mistake people make is assuming it's too late to improve their financial future. While time certainly matters, better decisions made today are almost always better than waiting another year. Increasing savings, reducing unnecessary expenses, learning about investing, building additional income streams. Every positive financial decision creates momentum, and momentum compounds. The greatest wealth lesson hidden inside these retirement statistics isn't really about millions of dollars. It's about consistency. Most financially secure retirees didn't become wealthy through luck. They built wealth one paycheck at a time, one investment at a time, one disciplined decision at a time. The numbers simply reflect decades of behavior, whether you're 25, 45, or already approaching retirement. The principle remains exactly the same. Money grows where discipline lives. Because extraordinary wealth rarely appears overnight. It grows quietly through years of patience, planning, and persistence. The average net worth of Americans in their 70s isn't just a statistic. It's the final score of thousands of financial decisions made over an entire lifetime. The real question isn't whether you compare favorably today. It's whether the decisions you're making right now are creating the financial future you want tomorrow. Because retirement isn't built in your 70s. But perhaps the biggest lesson hidden inside these numbers has nothing to do with retirement. It has everything to do with how wealth is actually built. Many people believe becoming wealthy requires a 6-figure salary, a winning lottery ticket, or finding the next billion-dollar investment. The data tells a different story. Most financially secure retirees didn't build wealth through one extraordinary decision. They built it through thousands of ordinary ones. every paycheck where they chose to save instead of spend. Every month they invested instead of waiting for the perfect time. Every year they allowed compound growth to work quietly in the background. Every debt they paid off. Every unnecessary purchase they avoided. Those small decisions may have seemed insignificant in the moment, but over 30 or 40 years, they compounded into financial security. That's the real secret behind wealth. Money compounds. Skills compound. Discipline compounds. Good habits compound. The people who retire comfortably are often the people who understood that consistency beats intensity. You don't have to become rich overnight. You have to become slightly better with money every year. Whether you're 25, 45, or already in your 60s, the principle never changes. The best time to build wealth was decades ago. The second best time is today. Because retirement isn't determined by how much money you make. It's determined by how many good financial decisions you repeat over a lifetime. The average net worth of Americans in their 70s isn't simply a number. It's the final result of decades of habits, discipline, patience, and long-term thinking. And perhaps that's the greatest investment lesson of all. The future version of you is being built by the financial decisions you make today. Because fortunes aren't created in a single moment, they're created one decision at a time.